Right now at 6, Bethany town leaders meet to discuss plans for an independent investigation into claims of sexual abuse against a former employee.
Also, an exclusive look at new video showing gas pumps being lit on fire. We'll tell you how police were able to track down a suspect.
And a protest in front of the state capitol. Groups are angry over a pipeline proposal that would cut through Connecticut. We're going to hear from both sides.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for being with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus America areas.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Let's get right over to meteorologist Matt Scott to talk about the forecast. Good morning, sir.
Good
what do we got?
morning, sir and madam. We have a forecast that is familiar.
Okay.
Like
I haven't been paying a lot of attention,
yesterday's?
so.
Kind of like yesterday. If you
Okay.
liked yesterday and liked the day before, well, guess what? It's a stuck forecast. We have a decent amount of clouds, a little more away clouds today, and just a touch of rain. We'll talk about that in a moment. Before the end of the week, we have more rain to speak of, especially for tomorrow. But that leads into a great weekend. I mentioned a touch of rain. We're watching the northwestern corner, Salisbury, over to Canaan, down through Sharon and Kent. Very light rain. The rest of the state is dry. But we've been watching the rain, part of this cluster, if you will, just slowly advancing eastward bit by bit. Finally get some movement. Tomorrow, more likely to have some showers in it beginning to end. We'll talk about that coming up. But 56 right now in Hartford, 58 in New Haven, 58 in Groton, with the school bus forecast calling for more in the way of clouds and still less in the way of temperatures. Need to be in the low 70s. Haven't been there all week. We'll talk about when we do get there, what the weekend does hold. Come on back for that in a few minutes. 6:02, let's go to the roads. Good morning, Rachel Piscatelli.
Hey, good morning, Matt. We are following a road closure here. I want to let folks know over in Suffield because of what I believe is a spill of some sort. So we'll have an update on that for you. But just want to provide that roundabout here, Route 159 East Street. The road is blocked between Suffield Street and Ucar Street. So a good alternative route would be for you to take Route 20 around that. So just be mindful of that as you're heading out the door this morning. Route 75, another option for you. 91 right now dealing with some road work clearing at the moment. So 91 northbound near exit 42 through 44. Live look outside though showing you after that at exit 40 that looks okay in both directions. So your drive times there, Hartford to Massachusetts, just around 19 minutes as that road work clears. Waterbury to New York is 72. Tim and Erica, back to you.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Yeah, she was mentioning Suffield. A lot going on up there. First of all, this morning, fire investigators will try to figure out how a house fire started on Mountain Road. The first call for help came in around 3 a.m. We don't know how bad the damage is, but at this point, there are no reports that anybody was hurt. And also in Suffield, as Rachel was saying, hazmat crews have been at the HP Hood building on Route 159 for hours now. It was after an ammonia leak was reported. There's no reports anybody was hurt there either, but Route 159 is still closed between Boston Neck Road and Fernwood Drive, and that's a main road. So for now, she said Route 75, use Suffield Street, another main road, to try to get around that. Darien police said a child was seriously hurt in a two-car crash last night. They said it actually happened just over their town line in New Canaan on Route 124, right where you can get on and off the Merritt Parkway. So they actually helped the New Canaan PD to respond. If we get an update on the child, of course, we'll pass it along.
We have new developments this morning amid the fallout from a sex abuse case in Bethany. Members of the Republican Town Committee have resigned.
Yeah, they said they're not happy with the town's response after it came to light that a former employee was accused of sexually assaulting children. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is live at Bethany Town Hall with more on what happened.
Well, the controversy with the Bethany town government just continues this morning as several Republican committee members have now handed in their resignations. Now, a lot of them saying that the root of the issue here is the calls for resignation from the first select woman, Paula Confrancesco. They say as long as she continues to be in charge, they want to step back from that role. The Bethany Parks and Recs drama began back in July when a former employee was arrested on accusations that he sexually assaulted 5 girls as far back as December 2022. In wake of that arrest, the Parks and Rec director resigned and her assistant was placed on leave. And then last month, the interim director also resigned, leaving leaving nobody in charge of the Parks and Rec programs. During this time, there have been calls for First Select Woman Paula Confrancesco to resign. In the past week, several members of the Bethany Town Republican Committee submitted their resignations, citing a total loss of faith in Confrancesco's ability to actually do the job. Many of their resignation letters are now online. Former committee member Donna Shea explained her decision, saying, quote, "Due to recent events, I believe our committee is fractured beyond repair. The lack of meaningful response to ongoing issues, as well as the atmosphere of mistrust in the committee, is something I can no longer endure." Now, Shea is one of 7 members who have currently turned in those resignations. Now, as of now, it appears that they're still keeping their elected government positions. They're just not serving on the committee. And last night's Board of Selectmen meeting brought proposals also for an independent investigation into that mishandling and the sexual assault allegations themselves. Now, no action was actually taken on that thus far. They say that they do need to review all of those, and then it will likely be on the next agenda. Live in Bethany, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Brooke, thanks so much for the update there. Well, meantime this morning, people in Hartford displaced by an apartment fire last month are waking up in new hotels. This after they pushed the city to move them out of what they said were dirty and unsafe motels.
And now they said they want more details about what long-term plans look like after the city announced a plan this week. So for more on that, let's get to Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro. He's live outside those apartments, the Concord Hills apartments, with the latest.
Tim, Erica, good morning. And these tenants say they appreciate what they call are real steps by city leaders to provide safe and stable housing. But they say they also still need a lot more details about what this permanent housing situation plan is going to look like, including on things like affordability and location. Now, these tenants here at the Concord Hills Apartments, they rallied at City Hall yesterday. Take a look. More than 100 people were displaced after last month's fire on August 10th. After that, they were moved into motels they say were riddled with issues like bugs, water damage and mold, crime, limited sleeping space, and no kitchen spaces. Well, after speaking out and 45 days after that fire, the mayor's office moved them into better hotels this week. In the long term, the office also says it has made an agreement with other property management companies that have vacant units to take in tenants and have leases transferred over. Well, now tenants want more details and specifics.
The reason we lived at 105 Sherbrooke is because we had a lot of those things. Affordable rent, we had 2 elevators, we had ramps, we could have our dogs. So we're looking to have some of the same things, and there's a lot that we still need to work on. But we're gonna fight together and we're not giving up.
The tenants union says the landlord at Concord Hills has agreed to return security deposits and waive any unpaid back rent. We are reaching out to the mayor's office this morning to get more specifics and details about what exactly this permanent relocation process is going to look like, where exactly those buildings are. We're live in the capital city this morning. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Angelo, thank you for that report. It is 6:08 on this Wednesday. We've got a Fox 61 exclusive for you. New video you're about to see showed somebody lighting a gas pump on fire.
Yeah, at least 3 service stations were targeted in New Britain, and police think that they have caught the person responsible. Fox 61's Matt Karen talked with gas station owners about what happened.
Gasoline and fire, usually an explosive combination. But luckily, in all 3 instances, the fire was put out before anything combusted.
That was that pump?
Yeah, pump 1.
Oh my God.
We showed people the video obtained exclusively by Fox 61, showing a person lighting a gas pump on fire.
That's insane. I've never seen anything like that, at all.
It happened here at the City Gas service station on South Main Street in New Britain earlier this month. Surveillance cameras capturing a suspect at 3:45 a.m., a fire that burned for nearly a half hour.
They got all these warning signs saying, oh, never did, don't even go into your car, you don't want sparks. This guy's shoving paper towels and lighting up. That's ridiculous.
In addition to City Gas, pump fire incidents were reported at the Gulf Station on Stanley Street and the Irving Station on New Britain Ave.
People are getting crazy, serious, because why do that? There's a lot of people putting gas here, families, mothers, fathers, kids. You never know.
Fox 61 also obtained the investigative report, which shows police used a dog to locate a suspect who matched the description, finding in his backpack a bottle of lighter fluid and several pieces of paper products.
I don't know what's wrong with him. I will say that he should come and talk with me.
Police analyzed DNA evidence to connect the suspect to at least 2 of the 3 fires.
We are here to work hard, and we are we live peacefully.
Police arrested 32-year-old Nicholas Slobodzian and charged him with arson, breach of peace, criminal mischief, and interfering. Kanwal Singh told Fox 61 the fire melted the internals of the pump, caused about $20,000 in damage. As a struggling small business owner, that's a big hit.
Every day is harder. It's new taxes, new fees, and all the insurance is up.
The owner told me the only reason there was no explosion is because at night he turns off the gas tanks, so there was no fuel flowing through the lines. Reporting in New Britain, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Okay, Matt, thank you.
Environmental activists gathered outside the state capitol to voice their opposition to the expansion of a natural gas pipeline. They're protesting something called Project Maple from the company Enbridge. The project aims to improve an 1,100-mile pipeline system that runs through New England. The proposal is in its early stages. It still needs approval from the federal government. Those against it say it would harm the environment and also impact public health.
We just had a health impact study that was done about our compressor stations, and they spew toxic chemicals, including like small particulate matter, that 2.5, which is the cause of asthma in our children who are at the middle school. So we're very concerned about the health of our children and our neighborhoods.
Environmental organizations are calling on Governor Ned Lamont's office to block the permits that would allow this project. We reached out to Lamont's office for a comment, and a spokesperson told us there have been no applications submitted to the state to execute this project. Therefore, it would be premature at this point to evaluate it.